Hi, everyone.
Hey, hi. We're staying warm today. It is freezing outside.
Lots of our country's under snow today.
Yeah, wow. We may even get some around here.
Yes, the kids are hoping.
So anyway, we thought it would be a perfect opportunity to talk about fire. And you'll have to forgive us for blocking the fire, but we need the warmth.
Yeah.
Bear is here just relaxing and enjoying it.
We thought it was a great topic to talk about right now because for our friends in the United States and the UK at least, fire will hopefully be an important part of your summertime.
Yeah, for anyone in the Northern Hemisphere, this is a fantastic time to get out and light fires. And true confessions, Nuran is an absolute pyromaniac. She's a firebug.
I am.
Which is ironic because our sons are on the Rural Fire Service and spend their life putting them out, so hang in there. Anywho, I said anywho.
That's a very American expression. That's sort
No,
of like
it's like
Midwest.
that's like what old people say.
I know, but it's sort of
No,
we're getting
gonna-
old. It's kind of endearing.
This is not what we sat down to talk about. So getting into it, we're going to talk about the power of fire and campfires in particular, and we thought we'd break it into 4 sections. So first off, we want to talk about how campfires can create ritual and memory.
If you're part of a family or extended family group, you'll know that signposting a day, signposting a week, giving rhythms to the seasons is really important for the children or extended family members to, have things to look forward to.
It's good for all of us.
Yeah. So we developed a habit, if you will, called Friday Fire, and we light the fire pit outside, and it's a wonderful way to celebrate the end of the week and look forward to the weekend.
Yeah, I think for you it's more of an obsession than a habit. No, really. I mean, Nuran is out there like 3 hours ahead of time burning up the supply of wood, which the menfolk have to go and haul for you. But it's just such a joy to create those flames and get it going. Anyway, so ritual and memory. And if you ask our sons for a happy, tell us about your childhood, they'll often gravitate to talking about times around a fire.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. We might chuck some gratuitous campfire pictures, maybe even some video clips if I can find them from our archives.
Yeah.
Just to, prove the point.
And we've been lucky enough living in Australia to have a wood fire, which means that our house basically doesn't have insulation. So it freezes in winter and is very hot in the summer, but it's okay. It's a bit rustic.
For our New York friends, could you say insulation again?
Insulation, sorry. But
Inshul.
Inshul, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the short, inshul.
But it's insulin, right? If you have diabetes.
Yeah. But
not insulin.
No, but it's insulation.
But it's insulation.
Yeah, insulation.
Anyway, done.
Anyway, the fire inside the house. It's not quite the same as a campfire, but it's pretty darn
Well, it's the
close.
hearth.
Yeah, it's the hearth. It has a gathering power. The next point we're going to make is about how campfires create a beautiful place and space for children to calm down, relax, focus, and just regroup
Breathe
at the end of
deep,
the day. Yes.
seek peace.
Yeah.
At least that's the idea.
I know, it just does.
It does. I mean, you get the crazies running around with sparklers and
it always starts and someone's digging
jabbing
with a stick
each other
and
with s'mores sticks and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all good. And fire does have sort of a soporific effect
does.
on all of us.
Yeah.
I think the point is it draws us in.
It draws us in. It settles us down.
And then it creates a beautiful environment for a read aloud story. We did a lot of that when the boys were younger. We still do.
Yep.
Christmas time here, of course, is high summer, so we're reading the classics like Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol or Capote's Christmas Memory, things like that. And that's always around the campfire now.
Yeah. And we just lie on our backs and look at the incredible Milky Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's part of that ritual memory making thing. But the fire is a beautiful way to get kids and all of us just to peace out.
Yeah.
So thirdly, we want to talk a little bit more about how fire really has that power to draw people in and how it really can create community. Maybe as a launch point, I'm just going to read a real short paragraph from Eberhard Arnold's book Innerland, from his chapter on light and fire.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic survey in there of the discovery of fire, of the way that fire was first used to drive away darkness.
It's a primal source.
For safety and security and everything else. But he says this, that tending the fire, once early man had, conquered fire, was basic for community. Tending the fire was basic for community. The radiation of light and warmth generated a power to gather. The campfire meant that community was formed and preserved. The most valuable heritage of the people of old was the community fire passed on from generation to generation. So they were defenders of the fire. Everywhere, the flame remains the focal point of all cravings for community. the flame creates community as a way of life.
It's powerful.
And that's powerful. It's very romantic language, but the idea that community is drawn together around fire, and that's something that we carry with us.
And I was just going to say, it brings our neighbors over without us even inviting them, which is wonderful. When the fire gets going, everyone just comes over, and it makes strangers feel welcome. And I want to add to that, part of our experience here with our Indigenous brothers and sisters is that at the beginning of any important event, fire is involved. And we actually
Smoke,
have something
really.
called a smoking ceremony in which they put eucalyptus
Sage.
leaves and sage in a kulamon in a
Yeah.
container, and actually bathe all of us in the smoke that's created from that, and it's a cleansing thing.
Yeah.
And it really relates to what Eberhard's talking about as a force that brings us together. And
dates back for centuries,
Yeah.
for millennia.
Yeah.
So and we see that all the time when we have a fire going. People will just drift in,
Yeah.
and you know, one minute you can't see them, the next they're there, and it's
Yeah.
kind of magical.
it's
and,
magical, it's natural
and it's a
too.
place where everyone's welcome, and you pull up another chair or log or whatever, you know, sit on the ground, whatever, and
Yeah.
everyone finds a home.
Yeah.
So I'll put the link to that book, Innerland, in our video description. Check it out. It's well worth it. It's from Plow Publishing. But then the fourth thing we want to wrap up with is talking about how campfires can be a space for some of the more difficult conversations that may be a little less organic if you're just, you know, sitting around your kitchen table. Right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but we found that when we've had to have difficult conversations with our sons or sometimes with other people, and are working things through, and often those things come up naturally when we're sitting around the fire, somehow the darkness, the softness of the flames, that we're looking into the flame together, not directly at each other, it takes a bit of the heat out of the situation, no pun intended. And actually you can have really, really difficult, deep, beautiful, healing conversations when you're sitting in a circle around a fire.
So some of the ideas for today's conversation actually came from a blog post Naran wrote a couple years ago. We'll put that link in the description as well.
Yeah.
But if you've enjoyed this video, we would ask you to get out there and start a campfire.
Yes, if you
And
can.
invite people over if you can. Obviously, do it legally, and you know, we appreciate that not everybody lives in a place that's going to make that possible. But find spaces to gather around fire, and if not a fire, then a candle. You know, and if not a candle, an LED light, whatever works.
Yeah.
The main thing is to get together.
So get out there and campfire. Yeah.
And I love how you slipped in your favorite verb, to campfire.
Campfire,
Yes.
yeah. And just watch the community form around it.
Yeah, no, it's good. So let's go out on that line from Eberhard again. The flame creates community as a way of life. Let's light the flame. Let's fan the flame.
Yep.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Let's campfire. See you next time.
Yes, talk soon.
Click of the shoes, boys, click, click, click. White is blowing, his hands move quick. The ringer looks around and is beaten by a blow, and curses the old snagger with a bad belly go.